Oh hey, didn't see you there. This is bad. This is really bad. I accidentally called a minute of a show that wasn't anime, and look, I'm wearing a plain shirt. Where the hell are the 10-foot tall swords? Everyone unanimously agreed that I wasn't an anime fan anymore, and they revoked my Weeb badge. So I gotta show where my passions still are. By expressing them? Hell no! By spending money on related merchandise. Capitalism, long may it ruin my life. If a brand exists, you can get a tangible item related to it, and anime is no exception. Look, here's my Sword Art Online dishwasher. That being said, thanks to the uniqueness of the anime community, on top of your average merch, you get a few unique things. Is it too late to scrap this video? There are a lot of different things that can be merch, like food and drink, shirts, and mugs, or whatever. That being said, I kind of want to hone in on what I primarily think are Weeb staples, and whatever I can talk about more than just, holy hell, I know this character! I'm glad I spent more than $20 on this. There's a lot of things to buy of a show out there, like the show itself. While anime DVDs are absurdly expensive at times, it's nice to own your favorite show in TED physically. Regardless of internet connection or TV timetables, I can watch an origami anytime I want. Just one issue. Like when you throw this disc in and you get bombarded with advertisements. I've talked about physical releases before, but I did of course leave out a fair amount of things. Mostly a lot of cons to owning these, like why are there unskippable ads on these? I'm trying to watch Black Clover. Did you really think this was going to be my first time hearing about My Hero Academia? The show that people shout is better when they throw eggs at me? I'm still completely firm on the point that they are overall nice to own though, and any special editions also come with such neat things like a poster I prayed to a season 2 for, and a box. But one thing much easier to collect than DVDs are books. As you can clearly see on my manga shelf, I really love collecting the source material for stories over even the shows themselves. I mean, come on, a story how it was intended to be, don't have to worry about region locking if I didn't pay enough attention when I bought the book. Son of a bitch, it's in British. Of course, not saying I prefer this medium over its animated counterpart, I just prefer owning it thanks to the lower cost of entry. I also just prefer the look of a whole row of books compared to DVDs thanks to how uniform they go together. Another interesting thing about manga and, well, basically any book, I just love taking out a book and looking at the cover. Why is this character on it? Why is it designed this way? I just find the whole thought process neat. Also, I love when books think about the later parts, like when the spines do something special like go in a pattern, or when two covers go together. So I got a percentage of my Weeb card back, but the back of it still calls me a casual. I got this. One giant thing that isn't just anime exclusive but falls in line with the culture much more. Yeah, go figure, am I right? Wait, don't click off. Figures and statues come in such a variety. Statues can vary in quality and usually depend on price, but it's nice to own something like this. I personally have a preference for Figma though. I like how you can pose them however you want. You can store them taking up minimum space, and they aren't Square Enix figures, which are very sensitive. Another form is the prize figure, which is basically just a very cheap figure, which honestly is my preference in terms of statues at least. I love nice statues, don't get me wrong, but if I want to put Accelerator on my shelf, I don't want to spend hundreds to do it. I feel like these are a nice alternative, but they don't hold up as well. Okay, but if you have hands and a passion for disappointment, have you tried anime games? You know, I will give credit to VoiceOver Me. I do have hands, and this is disappointing. Honestly, it's easy to break anime games into a flowchart. There are anime-styled games and licensed anime games. For anime-styled games, we have the Persona series, God Eater, Danganronpa, porn. What I want to mention this time around, though, is the licensed anime games. They come in many flavors like Arena Fighter. Arena Fighter? And honestly, it should have just been an Arena Fighter. To be fair, not every anime game follows the Storm style of gameplay for Special Attack, Ultimate Attack, Awakening, but that's been kinda plaguing the space for a while, and as both a fan of these anime and the games they're based off of, it can get frustrating. I already talked about that though, so besides complaining, there are a few unique things games can do, like when the game itself is a fantastic adaptation of the original story. I love it so much, it makes you feel the energy from the property, and sometimes you kinda just gotta sigh and play 7 Deadly Sins: Knights of Britannia. The other option, and honestly my preference, is when the game itself has its own original story. Holy hell, this took storyboarding that wasn't just fight Sasuke. I mean, sometimes it can go well. I've never seen that happen, but I love the concept, and I love how a good game story can make a universe feel that much more dense. Honestly though, I can know a game won't be good, and I will still pick it up if I'm happy enough the property I love got a game. There's just something so cool to me that this property right here got a game release. It has a cover that isn't just a Blu-ray case or a manga, but it has a little PS4 logo. I have a special attachment for objects with limited places to put them. I just like being able to look at my shelf and being able to see an entire block of people being disappointed in me. Also, sometimes an anime game will get a special edition, and dear lord, I am filled with so much joy every time I see this. This is an anime and a game! There are also the anime-styled games that I mentioned before that just It's interesting having the opposite feeling from going, man, I wish this anime had a game too, man, I wish this game had an anime, wait, no, never mind, please don't. There are a lot more niche games that I like the Death End Request series, but there are things like the Persona series, and hell, basically anything from Atlas to Danganronpa series. I just like seeing the style in different places, especially when the game is damn good. The empty space on this wall is driving me absolutely crazy. There's gotta be some way to fix it. Wait, I know. Better. But boil it down, what is the most common thing for a fan of any medium to have? Yeah, a poster. Much like most things I've talked about, it isn't an anime community exclusive thing, but what are most used are wall scrolls. I certainly prefer them for how durable they are to paper posters, and they're much better to get autographed. There's a gigantic range of wall scrolls you can get too, with a huge variety of official art and fan art. I just typed in wall scroll and the age block kicked in and blurred the screen. I don't know why I have that installed, but I'm glad I do right now. I just like being able to look at my wall and be like, yep, that is anime right there. Well, my bank account's empty and so is my self-respect. But I got a fake grilled cheese maker. Worth the trade to me.